for another in the series looking after that 5 critical numbers. And today we were talking about the debt and how to categorize them, because your 5th number is getting the total of the minimum payments that are required. So you protect your credit score. But today, the other part of that sheet, when you would get it, would have the debts listed out. And the way, instead of just running up the debts and going crazy, you want to tame them. So if you're going to tame them, according to the little chart, you're going to be looking at, first off, calming yourself, because debt is stressful. And when you get real with it, list it down so you can see it, you can stress release. It's really important. You want, whether it's separation, divorce, job loss, whatever it is, when the pressure builds too much, it's just going to finish you. So it's not going to change the reality, but you looking at the reality is going to change your response. So here we go. When you collect all of your categories of debt, you start to lay them out in a structure. The first thing you're going to do is name it. BMO credit card, that might be the first one. The amount owing, the interest rate, the limit, and the minimum payment. That's going to be your chart over and over and over again for all of your debts. Credit card too might be TD. So the credit card TD, amount owing, interest rate, limit, and minimum payment. Line of credit, CIBC, line of credit. Amount owing, interest rate, limit, minimum payment. And you continue on through all of your debts so that when you look at it, you can see which ones do I owe the most on? What's the highest interest rates? Which are the ones that are most urgent? But the most important thing is, as you've done your needs basic budget with those other 4 numbers, you need to bring that minimum payment over to protect your credit score. So it's income minus housing, minus transportation, communication, groceries, and then your minimum payment. Those are your core. There are going to be a few things like pets that we're not going to be able to kill off, so you'll have to put their basics in there as well. But once you've done that and you're looking at the debt and you've gone through your budget to see what's left to put on the debt, you always, 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 absolutely always make your minimum payments to protect your credit score. Then you decide out of that money that's left, whether it's $500 that's left or $1,050 or $5,000 that's left, whatever's left, you start to look and see on top of the minimum payment, which one am I going to pay down first? And when that one is paid down, you still keep that minimum payment, roll it into the next one. So the minimum payment total never changes. So as one is paid off, it snowballs into the next. When that one's paid off, it snowballs into the next. You don't give yourself a break on that. You take that money and you pay it, always the minimum and then the extra, and deciding. Now, sometimes you're in such a dire mess, you just need to talk to somebody first and get some clarification. And again, that's where I can come in if you care to get the little budget sheet, the 5 critical numbers, and then sorting through your budget so you can see where you could snowball. If you want that, just send me a DM and say, send me those 5 numbers, please, or that budget, please, and I'll send it to you. Then if you want to talk further, I'm easy to find. But you can tame that tiger. You can tame it. But you do have to make a choice. And it's all about choices. Peace of mind and choices. This will really help you if you're going through a separation or a divorce, a job loss, whatever. It's critical. Even retirement, planning retirement. How much do I need? How much do I need? And how am I going to maintain that? How much emergency do I need? Whatever those first 4 numbers were, well, the first 5 numbers, you need to be able to do that even if you're on 60% of your pay or if you lost your job and you're on unemployment. So your emergency fund at that point, you know what it needs to be at 3 to 6 months. Really, looking at it and seeing the puzzle and seeing it so simply laid out puts you in the driver's seat so you can snowball those payments. Wishing you all the best on your exploring your finances, becoming aware, and getting to your freedom. Feel free to call. You know where I am.